message if I can't pick up. I may be going out in a little while. Maybe I'll speak to you tomorrow, but please call me when you can and let me know what's going on. Okay, bye-bye.
ESP, error someplace.
To erase this message, press 7. To save it, press 9. To hear more options, message erased. Next message.
This is .com Cat.
Oh, hi, Glendora, it's Sandy. I don't know if I'm going to make it in time. I'll try, but I can't
Go
promise.
hear the jokes.
And, anyway, knock 'em dead, kiddo. Have fun tonight. Hi.
To hear the jokes at North Chatham
End
Methodist
of
Church.
message. To erase this message, press 7. Message erased. End of messages. To listen to your messages, press 1. To send a message, press 2.
Think we got them all, folks?
To listen to the messages you've deleted during this session, press 5.
No, I don't want to do
exit,
that.
press star.
Exit, press star. No, I don't want to do that. I want to change my personal
To
options.
listen to the messages you've deleted during this session, press 5. To exit, press star.
They don't give you a choice. Okay.
If you are satisfied with your greeting, your greeting has been recorded as... This is .com Cat. She wants to know why the inventor crossed a microwave oven with a television set. So he could watch 60 minutes in a quarter of an hour.
Well, folks,
And then after that comes my
wasn't that fun
10-page
at the Methodist Church?
And I tell about a
The
kid,
jokes and the laughter
a neighbor,
and the sharing.
ambulance, and the woman went to
They're
watch
such
the
happy
other
people,
one.
aren't they?
Well, that's the way you get trapped. You get trapped in there. Particularly the
And they're
nursing
so
home racket.
vivacious.
They don't want to lose the $8,000 a month. So they do everything they
Uh,
can to keep them going home.
This is not Sunday morning communion, folks. This is documentary.
Before that it's a living
Well, yep, where we are up to the year 2012,
sheets.
and I remember that vividly.
10-page statement about dying at home, comes the Albany Medical anatomical gift.
It was a property with a large house on it
Medical college.
and a garage that was a couple of 100 feet away from it. It was almost 3 acres. And the garage had been converted in, half of the garage had been converted into an apartment. And it was very nice. And I called it Happy House 2. No, Happy House 1. That was Happy House 1. And I was very contented there.
That's going to save a great deal of grief. That's the die instructions.
And accomplished a lot, or others accomplished a lot with me or for me. And the owner was Daniel Schoonover, Charles Daniel Schoonover.
This is from,
His mother was, and his sister were very successful public relations people in Manhattan. They came from a very small town in upstate New York, up off of the thruway, up off of Route 80. Is it 87 that goes up to the Northway? And she had done very well there and bought a house there and owned it, and think what that would be worth in millions. And Daniel Schoonover was in the company of a woman named Marge Dugan. They both had had unsuccessful marriages, but they seemed to get along and complement each other well. And so they got married in July after being together for a long time. And then I believe Daniel's mother died and left him quite a bit of money. And so some of that money went into buying a very large house over on Novak Road, Glacier, Kinderhook, that area.
Here's a coupon.
Daniel was or is a special education teacher, 5th grade in the Ichabod Crane School District. Marge is a hospice nurse, helping people die comfortably.
Something good.
So they put that
What's that?
house where I was living on that property up for sale.
By the time I carry
And I had real estate people tramping through the Happy House one, almost a steady stream. And nobody who tramped through the house bought it. But a sign out on the front lawn, somebody did buy it. And I believe his name was Fitzgerald. And a woman.
You as a friend on this
Well, my rent was due,
occasion.
my rent was paid up until February 3rd, Social Security Day, when the Social Security check comes in, and that was Daniel's understanding with me. And I don't care what you say, the new owner has to abide by the agreement that the old owner made with an antenna. Well, here it is, February 1st, and it's about 6 o'clock in the evening, and it's dark, and the new owner comes to the door, and I open the door, and he pushed me aside. He's carrying a cup or mug, and it all looked to me like he was under the influence of beer, and this is where he got his audacity, and he pushed me aside, and he says, I gotta see what this place is like. He says, I gotta see what I can do with it. He says, your rent is not paid. And he went through the little tiny place toward the kitchen area, and then he went into the bathroom. And
Presbyterian Church.
it really was assault, because he really touched me and pushed me aside.
I can't go because I went to prison.
So he went out, and in a little while, he and the woman were outside of my door, and the door was locked, and I wouldn't let them in, and I just closed the curtain. And at that point, I decided to call the police, this New York State Police. It's a rural area, they don't have their own police department. So I did, I called the police, and a trooper came that I knew. Unfortunately, they went to the big house instead of going to the garage apartment. They should have heard me first. So he comes down saying, any contract that you made with the old owner doesn't apply to the new owner. Well, he was definitely wrong in that, and he stated no statutory authority, and what else was his points? And then my point was that I should file charges against Fitzgerald and have him arraigned. He says, okay, here's the papers if you want to do it. Well, I thought about it for a while, and I decided that was a very big decision to make in a short time, so I adjourned it. And they left, and I had 3 or 4 video cameras going, and it took down the whole thing. I played it on the television. It was the #1 show, something bad instead of something good. And everybody took my side and said what a horrible thing Fitzgerald had done. And, well, it all could have been contested. It could have been fought. I could have delayed him and made him go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months with eviction papers and all that. But after seeing what he was like, I really didn't want to stay there anymore. So on February 2nd, I called my friend Bruce Bergen and asked him to come over and move me. I was moving everything to the Glendora Franklin Museum, which was about 8 miles away. And Bruce Bergman, what a grand friend, dropped everything and came over, and he moved. Jim Dunham, the former mayor of the village of Kinderhook, magnanimously loaned us his truck, his white truck that he loves. And Bruce moved everything, I think, in three truckfuls. There were things left. And the next day, February 3rd, which would be my exit day, I had possession of the premises through February 3rd. I loaded the rest of the things in. Amadeus, I put in the cab of the car, and .com cat, I put in a cat carrier, and Sebastian cat would not let me touch her. And this Fitzgerald did love cats, and he would really like to have kept Amadeus, great big fluffy handsome male cat who had tiger eyes. You know, cats' pupils are elliptical, but Amadeus had circular pupils, the way a tiger does. And so I had confidence that Fitzgerald would be good to Sebastian and leave the door open, the cat door open. And I left. I left all the keys. Had a whole bunch of keys. I left them all. And I moved everything into the museum, and I thought I could live in the museum. Well, that was a dumb thing, if I ever heard of it. And I would go back to Happy House 1 every day. And there at the edge of the driveway in the road lay my pet possum, dead, struck by a car. I loved that opossum. I fed him so well. All my animal friends weren't going to be fed anymore. All the skunks and all the raccoons, they weren't going to be fed anymore. Sad. They were out on their own now. And so I stayed at the museum one night and 2 nights and kept the cats there. It didn't work out at all. I stayed with Abby, and Abby is mentally unbalanced. That was a nightmare. And I stayed with Karen Moeller, and then I slept up in the teen room in the Palatial Church. When I found out I couldn't stay in the museum, couldn't exist in the museum, and I found an apartment. It was a lovely apartment. It was way more than I wanted to pay. It was $600. There was a room in the apartment that I never put anything in. It was totally empty. I went back to Fitzgerald. I saw him. I gave him a hug to close it, the whole thing. And I've never seen them since. I've been told by the neighbors that the woman left. And they didn't seem to, Fitzgerald and the other neighbors didn't seem to associate. By now it's February 22nd, and I moved into the new place in Ghent, New York, a charming little town. And I didn't want to sign a lease, and the man who was acting as an agent for the owner wanted me to sign a lease. I think he wanted, no, I just wouldn't sign the lease. I spread out $600 cash on the table, and I said, would you rather have the $600 cash or a lease? And he wanted a lease, so I left there on Memorial Day of 2012. Gregory, very capable, extremely capable, a success at everything I've ever asked him to do, except one.
anything,
And he moved me in his van, and he
in
moved me here
your life
to
more
Nassau Village, New York. It's a village in the town of Nassau. It's 1,160 people.
God's name,
And this is Happy House 3. Ghent was Happy House 2.
always
But
say
I was there
God's
only
name,
February, March, and April, and May.
honor
Well, that's just about 5 years ago, because tomorrow is May 1st.
on the seventh day of the week. Seventh day
This is a documentary.
Adventist,
All the time I had abandoned the chat with Glendora,
Seventh Day Adventist
but as soon as I got to
church
Ghent
service is
and got everything set up, there was no electricity in the museum. So as soon as I got everything set up, I went and I played that video that I told you I made about Fitzgerald's assault,
never heard
and
anyone. Breathe on us, breath of God, and we will be
and then I told the story and how it ended, just as I'm telling it to you now. And I got the chat with Glendora back into shape and got it going. It was a happiness talks every week. I remember one particularly good program. I went down on the shores of the Hudson River at Stuyvesant Falls. No, let me correct that. Not at Stuyvesant Falls, that was over the Kinderhook Creek. This was the Hudson River, where the Amtrak train goes by. And you can see it come, and you can see it go, and you can see it disappear. It's quite an adventure, and the Hudson is so beautiful, and many ships going up and down the Hudson. Those were memorable programs. .com, she was happy, but I lost Amadeus. I miscalculated Amadeus. I thought he would be very happy living in the museum. He had a brook. He had fields. Fields and fields and fields. He had a cat door. He could go in and out. I left him the fanciest of food. .com I took with me right away. Then I remember the last day I saw Amadeus. He was on the trunk of the 1990 Lincoln, and I was making out the papers to get the 1990 Lincoln registered and in the name of Bruce Bergman for insurance purposes. And the plates, license plates. And Amadeus was very active about rubbing his face and his whole body up against me. And he was telling me, don't go away and leave me here. And I wasn't reading it. And that same day, Austin was due to come to work for me in Ghent, not in, well, in Route 66 Ghent, not in Route 9H Ghent, not in West Ghent. And I regret that so. And I took Austin to Chinese dinner. And what I should have done was to gone back and got Amadeus. I've never seen him since. Oh, I love that kitty. But you didn't love him enough, Glendora. You didn't take care of him. One of my biggest regrets. And I've got many regrets. So I went back the next day and I never saw him again. And the food I put out for him was just on the desk. Where do you suppose he went? He found me. He found a good home with me for 2-3 years. Maybe he worked out another one. It would be over in where the VFW is, that road, and the fields went over that way. And there was a farm over there. Post office is over there. there's quite a little settlement there.
He's in New Jersey.
That's Ghent also, but it's not West Ghent. Well,
We're doing very well here.
so I came to Kinderhook, Nassau, and what did the people see? A woman every day, dressed in a blazer and a tie and cross, and a hat, and gloves,
Consider me a friend of
going to 5 different churches, going to the village board meetings,
thank you for
going to all of the stores,
$20.
made dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of friends instantly because the people in Nassau are amiable. And .com was very happy. Austin worked with me that summer.
Here is a good question for you.
The chat with Glendora sped right along. Is still doing happiness talks. The numbers of programs
Would you spend
in those years, 2012, were
the veterinarians have become just like the doctors in the hospitals.
9,000, 10,000.
Unbelievable. High charges.
We got into the life of the village. It was delightful.
Obscene. Did Jesus charge when Jesus healed?
I think we had
Did he charge?
60 or 70 television stations then. We let it go down, the smaller ones, when they became very difficult to work with. Now it's 65. So, and here is a stack of notes. Well, what should I do? Now I tell you, we're not in an entertainment mode right now, we're in a documentary mode. So do I go documentary severely, or do we soften it? I'm going to tell you some jokes in a minute. The jokes last night at the Methodist church, we all had such a good time. A friend of mine has a enterprise called the Healing Touch, and there's a lot of terms with it about an aura around the body. You don't touch the body, and you pass on this power that's within you to another body, and it heals. Blessings of 2012. Van Kampen, the pastor, the minister at the Reformed Church in Nassau, was a joy to meet and know, and his wife, Janet. And the Church of the Covenant was a pleasure. That's a round church. It is completely round. And the sanctuary is round. And so it's round so the devil can't corner you. That was a joy. The Reverend Thomas Holman, charter in Chatham. Was a pleasure to sign a chat with Glendora up with there and keep it going. Virginia and Walter, Balfour. I wonder if they're still alive. I called them as long as I could, and then she went to a nursing home, and I was able to talk to Walt, but then Walt had to leave his home to go to some kind of a place for care.
It really wasn't very inspirational. But we have a very inspirational. We say that the soul is the God that's inside of you. And the God that's inside of you is continuous with the God that's
That was the year
inside
that we moved the museum from Ghent up to here. When?
And we say that that God is kind and beneficent and full of abundance and ample,
Would it be June?
fully
It was soon after.
good.
It couldn't be May because we didn't get here until Memorial Day. And that was an adventure, and that's a beautiful video. The suspense, you know, was the old museum, the old trailer, 8-wheeler,
Fixing in Manhattan about the
2,
soul.
4, 6, 8. Was it going to make it? Were the tires going to make it? Well, it did, beautifully.
Glendora Buell,
The Mormon Church
on behalf of
in Latham,
Foundation,
through
Alliance for Community
Darlene and Philip Meppen and their 10 children. 10 children.
on behalf
That was a
of
joy.
Will,
Pat Nichols, the director of the library. From the minute I saw her, I knew that she was somebody who was of great value. And she did turn out and is today a very, very magnanimous friend. Her name was Pat Sarr, but I call her by her family name, Pat Nichols.
Request that comes in for money, but we do it anonymously, so we won't get on their mailing list in the mailbox, stuff like that. Brooklyn put out a
The
public
Seventh-day
access
Adventist Church,
network.
I had been going there for a long time before I came here.
And it is elaborate, folks, as you know by watching the
Erickson
video we made
and Kirk
TV.
Dixon from Hudson came up several times to visit me,
Another copy.
a former friend down that way, Columbia County. I went back to the Lutheran Church in Galatia where I had my funeral. I went back there several times. I fed the animals every day because there's a woods nearby and a stream, the Galatia Hill, and a trolley trail, a trolley, where the trolley used to go. It's a great trail.
She's being ordered by a postage stamp. Oh, that's lovely.
Okay, let's take a break now. Tell a joke, so we need another kind of a break. Why did the inventor folks cross a microwave oven with a TV set? So he could watch 60 minutes in a quarter of an hour. And a woman's work is never done, thanks to daytime television. Early to bed and early to rise will make you healthy, wealthy, and apt to get your own breakfast. The man came home from work, and his wife says, "How was work today?" And he said, "Terrible. They gave us aptitude tests and I flunked." She says, "That's dreadful." He says, "Yes, it's a good thing I own the company."
Want to hear a good word, folks?
I expect my husband to be
On the line.
exactly what he is today,
She'll be
20 years from now.
brisk, nimble, lively,
And the woman she's telling this to said,
Ready?
"That's unreasonable." And she said, "Yes, that's what he is now."
Good work.
Why do geese fly south in the wintertime? It's too far to walk. And two women were walking by a men's shop, a haberdashery, and the sign in the window said "sale" on shirts with men with 16 to 17 necks. And the woman said to her friend, "That's too many necks for a man to have."
Goody, goody. We're at the end of this drawer.
The mother left her little girl with a couple of elderly ladies while she did a 10-minute errand.
Helping me,
And it's a little girl and the elderly ladies are sitting in the room together.
for helping all others.
One of the elderly ladies says, "She's not very P-R-E-T-T-Y, is she?"
Thank you for the
And the little girl says, "No, but S-M-A-R-T."
friendship, fellowship, oneness,
So we'll take a break.
goodness, harmony.
Is it a break up or a breakdown? Breathe on us, breath of God,
Moving it ahead,
until our hearts are pure,
hand in hand, brothers and sisters.
until
One.
our will is one with
Thank
thine,
you for staying away from selfish.
to do and to endure. Good morning, folks. It's the next day, and there's a little energy here to resume this daunting project of the documentary, The Chat with Glendora, Public Access TV, and we're up as far as the year 2012. We've done 2010 and 2011.
Technique open to everybody on the comments. Reading the Constitution and reading the Declaration of Independence. Reading the mission statement.
That's the most recent Chat with Glendora is uploaded to YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter yesterday. And that was Anthony Riddle. Now, is it all right with you if we change a hat with Glendora? A chat with Glendora, a hat with Glendora, a cat with Glendora. The policy has been to wear a different hat every week. Let's change that. Let's wear a different hat every time we video. Is that okay with you? Because there's 50 hats, 50 hats, and they're just not getting worn. Okay. Year 2000. Five churches every week. The Nassau Reformed Church, the Grace Methodist Church, the St. Mary's Roman Catholic Church, the Seventh-day Adventist Church in Kinderhook, and the New Hope for Life Church, a born-again Christian church. Started by the Schauts, S-H-A-U-T, a Dutch name. I think I have to turn out these two lights because they fade out the magnifier. Yeah. The Maxine friend and her little dog Taco, a little tiny dog, Chihuahua. I loved him. I wasn't then to know in 2012 that he was going to die in 2013. He had a pretty long life though, I think about 12, 13 years. The Congregational Church in New Lebanon had a free supper one night a week. I've forgotten what night it was. And they would just open up the church and give people a free supper. I went several times. The meal was very often a hamburger or a hot dog, with salad and dessert. And I tried to encourage them to make the hamburger a vegan hamburger and a vegan hot dog. I started on that. I didn't get very far on it. And it was quite a ways. It was down Route 20 from Nassau. And it's at the junction of Route 20 going east and west and Route 22 going north and south. It's rather an interesting junction. And that was with Joyce Baum. And Bob Baum. And I didn't know that Bob Baum was to die a year later. Died of an infection. Noreen Van Auken's store. She deserved a lot of credit. She started up an antique store and she had it fixed so pretty. However, it was on Route 20 in Nassau Village. There was no place to park. If a person saw the store, where were they going to park? And she bravely did it, and finally she couldn't keep up with the electricity and the rent. So she closed a lovely little antique store. I used to go there and sit. It was very pleasant. The Village Green, the article in the Village Green about Glendora. That was nice. Are you sure this is 2012? Seems to me that happened in 2013. Yeah, it did. I have the wrong blessings here. These are the blessings for 2012 it says, but it isn't. It's 2013. Okay, I'll finish this page and then I'll try to find 2012. And now it says here, God is my best friend. God is the most entertaining. God provides for me. gives me the most comfort, gives me everything wanted. God is my best friend. God is the most famous. God is the most popular. God is the most magnificent. God is the wisest. God is the most caring. And God is the most loving. And God is the best company. That's good, but it's kind of primitive. What I didn't realize then, that God isn't a separate entity. What I didn't realize then, that God is all of us together. God is one. It's God is all of us together. And it is you and all of you and together that we are all these friends. We are all these things. The most caring, the most providing, the most interesting, the most popular, the most famous. And it's the best friend for all of us, not just for Glennie. Now, everybody needs somebody to love him or her, or it. Everybody needs somebody to love him or her, and everybody needs somebody to love. You need somebody to love you, you need somebody to love. So the article in the Village Green was about the award in 2013, and I'll wait until we do 2013 to tell you about the award. Okay. This is a Herculean task. We have to be brave and courageous. You have to do what your conscience tells you to do. The conscience is the voice of the God inside of you, and we've got to go through with this. Here's a picture of a lovely German Shepherd. Isn't she beautiful? Where are we getting the reflection from? That's Holly. That dog belongs to Betty. Now, here is a picture of the choir at the Nassau Reformed Church. This is a picture of a little taco dog a few days before he died. How I loved him. I had the report from Maxine that he wasn't doing well, and I asked and I had the feeling that this might be the end. And I asked Maxine, could I please come and see him? She said yes, and I went up and see him, and we took that picture. This is a picture of the folks at St. Mary's Roman Catholic Church when we went up to Fulton and Amsterdam, way up there, to see the place where the woman who became a Christian, an Indian, she was an Iroquois, was she? A Mohawk, and she became a Christian. And she was in great danger of being killed. as many missionaries had been killed. And it's up along the Mohawk River. And so she was canonized by the Roman Church around about the year 2012. And maybe you would like to go up there and see all that. And how the missionaries came over from France to convert the Indians to Christianity, and how they were slaughtered. And how the Indians lived. Breathe on us, breath of God, until our hearts are pure, until our will is one with God, to do and enjoy. The real word is endure, but endure has a negative connotation. We're not here to endure. There's nothing bad to endure. It's all good. We're here to enjoy. And if I do not do this task of the documentary of a chat with Glendora Public Access TV from 2010, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16, 2016 and 17, I will not be pure with God. My heart will not be pure. And I will not have done the will of God. And who is God? God is the universe. The cosmos. It's everything. It's the only thing. And it's all of us together. And this is this is our job. We're doing it together. Here is a list of TV stations as of the year 2012. Yonkers, Springfield, Massachusetts, Oakland. That would be Oakland, New Jersey. Bergen County, New Jersey, northernmost Middletown. That would be in Orange County, across the Hudson River. Bolton, Connecticut, Binghamton, New York, Woodbury, Long Island, Cablevision, Hauppauge, Cablevision in Suffolk County. The other one's in Nassau County. Riverhead in way out in Suffolk County, Long Island. Wappingers Falls up around Poughkeepsie. Peekskill on the Hudson River, where Governor Pataki came from. Danbury, Connecticut. West Hartford, Connecticut. Hudson, New York. Quincy, Massachusetts. Plainville, Connecticut. Breathe on us, breath of God, till we are wholly thine. Until this earthly part of us glows with thy spirit divine. San Diego, California, Norwalk, Connecticut, Harrison, New York, Port Chester, Portland, Oregon, Los Alamos, Staten Island, a borough of the city of New York, New London, Connecticut, Rye, New York, Willimantic, Connecticut, Winston, Connecticut, Manhattan, Newtown, Connecticut, Trenton, New Jersey, Hartford, Connecticut, and Boston, Massachusetts. These are TV stations where A Chat with Glendora is being cablecast every week around the year 2012. Mount Vernon, New York, Lake Success, Long Island, New Haven, Connecticut, Bridgeport, Connecticut, Greenburgh, New York, Chicago, third largest market in the United States, Highland Park, just outside of Chicago, East Hartford, wow, Waterbury, San Antonio, Montgomery, Maryland, Montgomery County, Maryland, San Francisco, San Jose, Norwich, Connecticut. That's where the Indian reservation is, the gambling place. Carmel, New York, that's Upper Westchester. And into Dutchess County. I
Call
can't
from Blakeman.
call from Blakeman. We'll have to take that later, honey. It's not fair to you to answer the phone, and it's not fair to her to answer the phone. So I don't take calls when I'm talking to a person. White Plains, Albany, New York, Litchfield, Connecticut, Mamaroneck, New York, Meriden, Connecticut, New Rochelle, New York, Ossining, New York, West Nyack, Rockland County, New York, across the Hudson River, Kinderhook, Chatham, New York. Who? Brook. B-R-O-O-K. Brookhaven. Yes, Brookhaven, Long Island. A very interesting cable system with great history and now a nothing. Warwick. That's up in Rockland County, I think, near Wappingers Falls, maybe. Poughkeepsie. We have Poughkeepsie and we have the town of Poughkeepsie, quite a few towns around. List of television stations that A Chat with Glendora is cablecast from every week around the year 2012. There are 12 TV stations that take a 2-hour show every week. The rest of them are a half an hour. There are some TV shows that take specials in addition to the half hour. In other words, I tell them, if you wish, you can cablecast a Chat with Glendora as a filler. Do anything you want with it. I never copyright because I think it belongs to all of us. Everything we do belongs to all of us. All those blessings that I read to you, they're not my blessings. They're all of us, the blessings of all of us. Any blessing that comes in this area is your blessing. Any blessing that comes in your area is this blessing here. It's kind of hard dealing with the pronouns with that concept of everybody. Now, it says here that Twitter was 27,000 views, and Facebook was 3,800, and YouTube was 57,000 in the quads per week. And I have a total number of duplications each week. 356 TV shows had to be made each month, not each week, each month. 350 shows, 56 shows had to be sent out, had to be duplicated and then sent out. We are talking about the year 2012. That went ahead considerably into 2013, but it covered several years. Now let's see what we've got. this is a very short list of a very long list of DVDs that I studied that were published by the teaching company. They were courses by professors in universities throughout the United States. And they were so informative. And I had such a thirst to know about the universe. I had such a thirst to know about God, how God creates, how God operates. And that's why I was so interested in physics and in geology and in anthropology. And so I would get these from the library. Now my library is a tiny library, Nassau Free Library. They don't have them. But we have the interloan system. The Upper Hudson Division or Association of Libraries. And they would go to Upper Hudson and say, do you have this DVD? Do you have this teaching company set of lessons? And they'd tell you if they had it and if it was out circulating or whether it was available, and then they'd ship it to my library. And they were doing that 6 or 7 of them a week, and I watched them all. And I was fascinated at God's creativity. Endless creativity, endless motion. And the beauty of it, and the design of it, and the operation of it. And I did that for quite a few, I think there were over 60 of them that I watched. And I admired the professors. And then I would call up the professors to call me back. Not one ever called back. They must have some kind of a policy, huh? That they don't want to have fans. This is a very small print description of the historic places in the village of Nassau, put out by Kurt Vincent. He had a tour of the houses and their history, and I was fascinated by it, and I particularly specialized in Elm Street, where I live. We have a house on Elm Street that was built in right after the Revolutionary War, like 1784, 1785. We have another house on Elm Street that was built in approximately that period, and both of these houses were built by partners, Moses Vail and Jonathan Hoag, H-O-A-G, and the people around here think the right way to pronounce it is Hoyt. Well, I can't quite go for that myself. And I called the town of Nassau to try to find who the historian was, and the village of Nassau, they didn't have a village historian, but Kurt Vincent was volunteering to act that way. And so I went to meet Melody Harworth, and she showed me some of the history of Nassau, the town of Nassau, and of Elm Street, the village of Nassau. And the next thing I know, I was on the Historic Preservation Committee. Well, they had a flyer, and they wanted everybody to put a sign on his house saying when the house was built on Elm Street, because they go way, way back, the 1800s and even the 1700s. So I went to each house on Elm Street. This was on sua sponte, on my own motion. I went to each house and I gave them the brochure, asking them did they want to buy a sign for the front of their house. And the Mosserines did. And Maxine Bogash wanted one. I don't know if it ever happened. And a couple other people wanted one. And so I handed in my report to Melody Harworth and the Historic Preservation Committee that I had gone to all of these houses, door to door, and left that brochure and asked people to talk to me about it. That was the first year I was here, 2012. I was fascinated by the street. And you know what, folks? They have a village-wide yard sale on the second Saturday of June every year. And I wanted to go to every house because that's when my neighbors came out of the woodwork. And I met these neighbors that I had never met. And I went down the street to each house and met those neighbors. And I would call them up week to week and say, hi, how are you? Is there anything, can we go to lunch together? Is there anything we can do together? In the meantime, the cats are all vegan. At 2011 in Happy House 1, the cats are all vegan. Who were the cats? There was Lenny, Amadeus, Sebastian, and .com. And they were all vegan. Here's a note from Franklin that doesn't belong. It belongs to the year 79 when Glendora was going all over the country running Glendora TV ads, finding people who had the money to advertise on TV. That was Glendora TV ads. And apparently I was going out to, apparently 3M was one of the people who gave me $10,000 and then $7,000 to put their copying machine on TV in Buffalo. They had their papers where they would make the money. It was not a plain paper copying machine. And that's where they lost the market. The market went to home copiers that were plain paper copiers, not the special 3M paper. Oh, we tried so hard to get people to buy that product. And Fawcett, his name was Fawcett, F-A-W-C-E-T-T, not a kitchen faucet. And just a second, there was another one that sounded like a kitchen faucet. And Wellpot was the general manager of WRGB, General Electric. But this is Wellpot. Anyway, this is the year 79. And he draws a heart, and he puts his name on it, Franklin. He went off to work, and he left me this note. I don't know how that got into the year 2013, but it is precious. He was a very fine person. Well, he still is, and I'm still married to him, and he's in heaven. Franklin Fuller Buell. And I went and made a map of Elm Street and drew a little picture of the house and put the names of the people who lived in those houses. This, a friend that I made in 2012, was Mr. James Dixon. He was a fan of a chat with Glendora in Manhattan, and he would call up every Thursday morning at 8:30, or is it 8 o'clock? Anyway, it's opposite the Today Show, and it's been there for years and years and years, ever since the year 1972 or 3. It would be 3. So he was a fan of a chat with Glendora, and he would call me, and I encouraged him to do what he's an actor, and I encouraged him any way that I could. And when I went to meet the Buddhists in Manhattan on Riverside Drive, at 106th Street, where the real estate is $1 million a square foot practically, and went to their church, the Buddhist temple. I asked James Dixon to come up there, and he took a picture of us on the sidewalk, and here it is. That is, bad as it is, folks, that's the best I can do for the year 2012. Next week we'll tackle the year 2013. A very, very God-filled kaleidoscope that you never get tired of looking at. And every time you turn, it's different. I think I told you these jokes, but I might as well tell you them again. The very unusual obituary, it said the family requests you do not send flowers, but send all donations to MasterCharge, Visa, and American Express. You can always count on your undertaker. He's the last person in the world to let you down. The husband was saying, "Why do you talk to your flowers? I never hear them answer." And the wife says, "That's because they're mums." And the wife says, "I have one plant that I won't talk to. He thinks he knows everything." Harry was on the golf course. He had a very bad day. He threw his golf balls into the pond. He threw his golf clubs into the pond. He threw his golf bag into the pond. He goes up to the clubhouse. He splits his wrists. He's standing there bleeding to death. And his friend comes in and says, "Hi, Harry, how about a game of golf tomorrow?" And Harry says, "What time?" I have nice even teeth. 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9 are missing. A man in the maternity ward offered another man a cigar, and the other man says, "Congratulations, a boy or girl?" And the new father says, "I don't know one cigar from another." The uncle who was given the honor, Uncle Louis, Italian uncle, he was given the honor of naming the twins just born, a boy and a girl, and he's going to call the girl Denise, very nice. And what are you going to call the boy? The nephew? God made man. He looked him all over. He was very pleased, and he said, "I can do better." And that's when he made woman. The little boy going down the escalator said, "Daddy, what happens when the basement fills up with steps?" And the nursery school teacher who was out walking the children, and she said, "Children, there is one thing that we can all be thankful for. We are all free." And the little boy says, "I am not free, I am poor." What are you going to do today? What are you going to do for all of us today? What are we all going to do together today, hand in hand, brother and sister? 1. Joy and happiness and significance. This is May 1st. Oh, I forgot to tell you. I successfully, with your help, got through age 88. Yesterday was my last day of being 88, April 30th. Today is May 1st, and it's my first day of being 89. Please go with me through it. We'll have all kinds of fun together, and we'll learn so many things, and we'll contribute so many things. The first day of being 89, May 1st. That's probably what Sandy Blakeman's telephone call was about. Breathe on us, breath of God, till we are wholly thine. Wholly thine means we belong to each other, remember. We don't go apart and say, we're a piece of it. I'm going to keep a piece of it for myself, and I'm going to be better than anybody else, and smarter and richer, and have better clothes, and have better cars. No, that's sin, that's selfishness. We stay away from selfishness, along with staying away from evil. No, we're going to say we're all one, we're all together, we're doing it for each other, in happiness, in love, in joy, in cooperation, no competition. Competition is out. You hear that, sports? Competition is out. Stop trying to make yourself better than everybody else. You are not. We are all together one and equal.
Hello, Glendora. This is Wayne. You were just cut off, so I thought I'd try and call back, but maybe you're trying to call me, so I'll hang up.
I'm sorry about that, Wayne.
To erase this message, press 7.
It's so easy to touch the wrong button.
To hear more options, press
Wayne Collins in Pittsfield, we got cut off yesterday. He waited a long talk anyway.
Message erased.
Good.
Next message. Good morning, Glendora. Happy birthday. I hope you have a wonderful day today.
Sandy Blakeman,
Talk
friend.
to you later. Bye. Oh, this is Sandy, by the way. Bye. End of message.
89th-year-old birthday today, folks. May 1st.
Save it, press 9. To hear more options, press 0. Message erased. End of new messages. To listen to your messages, press 1. To send a message.
Why did an inventor cross a microwave oven with a television set? Well, he wanted to watch 60 Minutes in a quarter of an hour.
4. Saved voice messages. First voice message. Hi, Glendora. It's Brenda. I received your papers today. I just wanted to let you know that. But I just dropped something in the mail for you this week with my address on it. But I see you already got it. Okay. Bye.
What a dear friend, Brenda Roy. What a nice person.
End of message.
A Seventh-day
To erase
Adventist.
this message, press 7. Message erased. Next message.
Glendora, it's Tracy. Glendora, I just wanted to let you know, it's so late, but I forgot to call you this morning. I meant to say happy birthday. I hope you had a great birthday, and I'd love to hear all about it. 89 is a good year, and I'm sure you're going to make it really great. Talk to you later. Bye.
Tracy Clegg, friend, neighbor, and Christian.
End of message erased. Next message. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Hello, Glendora. It's Diane Bennett calling to wish you a happy birthday. A little late in the day here, but I was flying in from Fort Lauderdale. I took a little vacation. And so I remembered, May 1st, all of a sudden I remembered. So I just wanted to call and say happy birthday. Okay, I hope you're well, and I love you. Okay?
Oh, I'm so
Bye-bye.
glad. I've been almost a year that I haven't heard from her, and I didn't have
End of
any
message.
telephone number. Nobody
To
I
erase
knew
this
had a
message,
telephone.
press 7.
Make sure you
Save
save
it,
that
press
one.
9. To hear more, this message will be saved for 21 days. Next message. Hi, Glendora. This is Anita. Um, I just called Barb and let her know that we'll be over there around 2:30 or 3 today. I have an appointment at the hospital this morning. And then I got to stop to the market and get the cake and ice cream. They don't want vegan ice cream. So, and I don't remember what you said the name of that was. And that's what I'm calling you. I was going to pick up your vegan ice cream for you. So, could you give me a call back on my cell, or even on my phone number before I leave? I'll be leaving here, let's see, it's 9 o'clock. I'll be leaving here at 9:30. Oh, I'll be leaving here about 9:45 in 45 minutes. So I need you to call me if you can and let me know the name of that vegan ice cream. Otherwise, I know I am going to get us Dixie cups. Vanilla and chocolate Dixie cups. That's what she wants. So, okay, and I'll get your vegan ice cream if you can get back to me, or I'll try and call you from the market at Hannaford when I'm at Hannaford. All right. I'll pick you up around between 2:30 and 3. Okay. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Anita Crandall.
End of message. To listen to your messages, press thank you and goodbye.
No, I don't know telephone. Why did you do that? Really, telephone. Okay.
If you are satisfied with your greeting, press pound. Your greeting has been recorded as...
Hi there, everybody. This is Glendora. A woman's word is never done. Thanks to daytime television.
Thanks to daytime television.
Hi, Glendora. This is Gordon. Sorry I couldn't reach the phone soon enough, but I heard your message. Thank you very much, and happy birthday. Yeah, so call back when you get a minute. I'm here, and I'll keep the phone close to you. So, talk to you later. Bye.
Psychology instructor, University of Pennsylvania. PhD from Harvard.
Message erased. Next message. Hello, Glendora. Good afternoon. I'm calling from Prefer. Message erased. Next message.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Miss Glendora. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Miss Glendora. And many more. This is Evelyn Adams from New York. I got your magazine that you sent me with you on the cover. The mail is kind of slow in the city. And I read it, and it was fascinating. You look wonderful in your red in your red car. And I just want to say congratulations on a happy birthday, and thank you for being here with us. And you're an inspiration to everybody. Love what you're doing. Love yourself. Love God, and you have a long, fruitful life. God bless you, Miss Glendora. This is Evelyn Adams at 347-641-0311. And again, on behalf of Mother, she's doing well. Thank you. Thank you for your hopes and your prayers. And again, the book with you and the cover was spectacular and wonderful. Thank you again, and happy birthday from the Adams family to you. God bless.
Lynn Harper, San Diego. a fan of the chat with Glendora.
End of message. To erase this message, take Lenny is Lynn her message erased. End of new messages. First saved voice message. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Miss Glendora. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Miss Glendora. And many more. This is Evelyn Adams from New York. I got your magazine that you sent me with you on the cover. The mail is kind of slow in the city. And I read it, and it was fascinating. You were wonderful in the red, in the red car. And I just want to say congratulations on a happy birthday. And thank you for being here with us. And you're an inspiration to everybody. Love what you're doing. Love yourself. Love God. And you have a long, fruitful life. God bless you, Miss Glendora. This is Delvin Adams at 347-641-0311. And again, on behalf of Mother, she's doing well. Thank you. Thank you for your hopes and your prayers. And again, the book with you on the cover was spectacular and wonderful. Thank you again, and happy birthday from the Adams family to you. God bless.
Thank you, Devlin Adams.
End of message. To erase this message, press 7. To save it, press 9. To hear message erased. Next message. Hello, this is Jeannie Browning, San Antonio, Glendora. I went over to my friend Billy Dewey in his house last night and saw Mr. Peter Stonis doing the fact that Lot took the land to the east and he went to Canaan. Abraham did. I heard the whole story about Lot and Abraham last night. It was really good, and I appreciate you for singing Peter Stonis. It's very nice. Thank you. Hope you have a good day this Monday, May 1st. Bye.
Jeannie Browning, San Antonio.
End of message. Message erased. Next message. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Hello, Glendora. It's Diane. Bennett calling to wish you a happy birthday.
Make sure you save that
late
one.
in the
Get the
day
number.
here, but I was flying in from Fort Lauderdale on a little vacation. And so I remembered, May 1st, all of a sudden I had that night. So I just wanted to call happy birthday. Okay, I hope you're well and I love you. Okay, bye-bye.
Save that one.
This
Get-
message will be saved for
get the number.
21 days.
Okay. Thank you,
To
everybody.
listen to your message.
Yeah,
Possibly showing up.
yeah. You're the inspector, right?
I'm the realtor. There's the inspector. How are you? And am I on camera? Am I getting, my?
Oh, you're the realtor.
Yes.
My name's Glendora,
Hi, Glendora. We met once before. Nice to
We
meet you.
did.
Yes.
and this is my friend Gregory.
Hi, Gregory. How are you? Hi, kitty cat.
Let me turn on some lights for you.
This is Det
How are you?
Hi,
Glendora,
Nice to meet you.
Det Otterbeck, and David Sacco. David is the
Hey, good
inspector.
morning. How are you?
Hi.
This is
Nice
Glendora.
to meet you.
Nice to meet
You have
you.
warm hands.
Let me turn on some lights for you, fellas.
Thank you, ma'am.
There, I think that's everything.
Great.
There, the inspector is here, and he's not through you, right?
No, this is the inspector.
That's
He-
me.
he's
Oh,
wor-
you're
he's-
the inspector.
He's working for this gentleman.
Oh, okay.
Looks like you're duplicating VHS.
Are you the inspector general or the?
No, I'm like a junior inspector. I'm a lieutenant. First lieutenant, infantry.
Go ahead, open it. That's a nice. The other ones, were so bad that they had to have an electrician change them all in this apartment,
You
that
read,
apartment, and that apartment. But mine were okay. He
well, you
said.
read my mind. I'm going to get my screwdriver. It's good for you.
Have a chair.
I'm good, thank you.
All right.
How old's your kitty cat?
She's
Looks like
13.
looks like she's got some.
Yeah, she's 13, and
Very
I am
cute.
89 as of yesterday.
All right, happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday. Happy
You look like
birthday.
you're in wonderful shape. We just celebrated my mom's 87th.
My
There you
goodness.
go. So, yes, on Sunday I went there.
Oh, good for her.
Yeah, God bless.
So, and you work for the inspector.
He works for me.
He's working for him. He's a local builder.
Oh, I see. And you were interested in buying this?
Yes.
And so you're looking around to see what shape it's in, huh?
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
Alrighty, that's
So far,
good.
so good.
Oh, really? Well, I love it here. I've been here 5 years.
Good deal.
And I like Linda and Mace very much. And this is the least of the apartments, I think. And the next least is across the hall downstairs, I think. And the third least is this one up here. And then that one. And then this one is excellent. And then the upper one.
Yeah.
But I like my apartment.
So are you a videographer?
Well, I have a TV show.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Cool. Cool.
And it's on 65 TV stations
Okay.
from Boston to San Diego.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Very neat.
And I've been doing it. In fact, I got an award for being the world's longest running public access TV show.
Really? How cool is that? That's great.
And so did you grow up in this area?
I did. I'm in Nassau, born and raised.
No.
Yeah.
Nassau Town, Nassau Village.
Morey Park.
What?
Morey Park.
Morey Park, yeah.
Yeah. Born and raised.
Really? What end of Morey Park?
Up on the hill.
Uh-huh.
On the hill where I was born.
Yeah, my goodness.
Yeah. Now I live down on 203.
Where?
Just outside the village on 203, heading to Chatham.
Yeah, in Chatham or in...
Just before Chatham.
Just in Nassau Village.
Sweets Crossing.
Oh, Sweets Crossing.
Down a little farther.
Oh,
Yep.
that's wonderful.
Yeah.
And where'd you hear about this, on the Craigslist?
On the internet.
Uh-huh. Well, that's
Such a
good.
marvelous thing now.
It's amazing where, that's where most of our contacts come from these
Nowadays,
days.
huh?
Yeah.
Nowadays, yeah.
So,
I remember when
It has
cell phones
shrunken
came
the
out.
planet.
yeah. I remember when I had one in my car with the,
Oh yeah.
I think I paid $1,400 for the cell phone. It was like, I saved up to buy this thing, and it had like the big cord or whatever else. So
Yeah.
funny.
What year's that?
God, when did cell phones first come out?
Yeah, when did they first start? Greg, when did cell phones first start?
Probably just not tucking in the curtain when they shower. Like 20, 25 years ago.
Yeah,
Oh my
okay.
God, terrible.
Something
like that. Is it? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What year? Did you find out what
That's
year,
probably what
honey?
the stadium
He's
is.
guessing like 25
Okay,
years.
tucking in. Yeah. They were like really old.
Right, they were like big. I mean, like a big
Bless you.
Western
Thanks.
television. Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
who
so-
started the idea of making a phone a computer?
Who?
I
Who
don't
started
know.
that?
Very rich
Some
man.
very wealthy person, exactly.
What's the idea?
It wasn't any of my friends, unfortunately, but someone who thought of making a phone into a computer.
Oh gosh, it's true. We all have one in our pocket.
Steve Jobs, no.
Inspector, this is all brand new. This has a new ballast and all new
Oh,
lights.
excellent. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thanks.
I would say within a year.
So you get your maintenance done when needed. All right. Oh, 3-inch. This might be the main exit of the whole.
That drain, there's only one defect in the apartment, and that drain is very slow.
Okay.
It has to do with the drain across the wall. It's very slow. You can turn it on and see. Go ahead, turn it on, honey.
Okay.
You see how slow it is.
Wire for life.
But that's the only thing that I can think is wrong in here.
Keep that in there.
Yeah.
Really,
Mm-hmm.
nothing
Or
really
3-inch.
going
You
on.
know, sometimes like 3-inch inside.
I know the man
And it's a
who,
2 though that goes uphill that way.
no, I know a man who paints his own apartment.
Ah,
You know
okay.
Phil Method?
No,
You don't?
no.
Be sure they check the track.
And this used to be a dance hall on the third floor.
Really?
Yeah.
Fun. That's fun. Did you hear that, Ted? It used to be a dance floor on the third
That's what I thought.
And the downstairs was a market.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ted was telling me when he was a kid, the pen manufacturing
Pen
stuff.
factory.
Oh, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
approved.
Speedy ballpoint, was
Yep.
it?
Mm-hmm.
Between here and there or the back end. Might be a back end.
You know, you can't get a screw down there,
No.
because you hit something, it stops it. You
Okay.
can't get it down, you can't get, what do you call it, a snake, you can't
Yeah.
get it down there.
interesting.
Did he tell you about the drains being plugged on the washing machine? And the
Across the
water
way?
went into the apartment 51B? Did he tell you that?
You know, we
just
heard
had-
something about that, but I'm
Well,
glad
that
you're
was
mentioning it.
recent. That was in the last 3 days.
Yeah, we had a feeling based on the water in that drain, something could be going
Yeah,
on,
well, here's what happened. It was Tuesday night,
right?
and it was late. It was about 9 or 10, and the people decided to use both washing machines, and they were really heavy loads.
Right.
And it just backed up into her apartment and ruined quite a few things.
Oh,
And the apartment would be 51B, the lower one.
Right.
across the town.
that dog's pretty
Yeah.
friendly, huh? Nice
And the
dog.
plumber came the next day, and he said he thought he got everything out. He said there were all kinds of stuff in there, leaves and clothing and
Well, at least
all
they got,
kinds of
glad they
stuff.
got the plumber right away.
Yeah, by the
Yeah.
way, the plumber is Garrity, he's very good. And then, but that didn't do it. We tried another wash and it backed up again. And then he came yesterday morning and cleaned it out, and now it's supposed to be okay.
Well, that was my next question for you. The pump house out there,
Yeah, the pump house.
the beacon, the red beacon is lit, and that usually indicates failure of the pump.
Well, that's failure. Well, let me tell you about
as far as
that.
I know, it's an alarm to tell you, yeah.
It is? You know where the reach field is? It's diagonally from here.
Okay,
If you go out my door and look diagonally toward the Glacier Kill, instead of looking directly west, the reach field's that way. But listen, here's the thing. I was here all these years and that light was never turned on. And about 2 months ago, Mace decided to turn it on. And there always was a stench. But the minute that red light was on, the stench is gone.
that could be a coincidence. I smell a stench on the far side of 51B outdoors. Could be a coincidence. I'm pretty sure that system's wired so the red rotating beacon means
So it
problem.
should be off.
Well, it should be off, I hope.
Does
And
it
then-
work?
And then one would think that it's pumping to the leach field. Now, if you're really pointing that away from the leach field, that area's inundated with water right now. It means your leach field's underwater.
The Glacier Kill comes down from Burden Lake,
Right.
and it was Jonathan Hogue in around the Revolutionary War who changed he wanted to buy the land from Stephen Rensler, but Stephen Rensler wouldn't sell. He made him lease, but finally Stephen Rensler capitulated and sold it. And then the first thing Jonathan Hogue did was to run, that's his house, by the way, the first one, next to the antique house. In fact, that antique house belonged to him. And so he came down, and the first thing he did was make the Nassau Lake.
Okay.
And he had 7 mills. And this was the biggest one.
Interesting.
A leach field that's underwater doesn't leach.
And we do have things, there is did you see it? It
Storm
comes
drain.
from under the ground, under the road,
Right?
and it goes over to the property next door that's owned by Chris Carroll.
So that's a storm drain.
And that comes into the Glacier Kill, and the Glacier Kill goes straight down to Kinderhook.
Have you ever had backups in this building?
Excuse me, no,
Never had a backup in this building?
no, back up, you mean, stop, no, I never did. It's just been slow.
Gotcha. Okay, great.
No, I never had any problems with this apartment, so far as I can remember.
I came, I
Why did the inventor cross a microwave oven with a TV set?
Why?
So he could watch 60 minutes in a quarter of an hour. Well, nice to meet you,
Nice
gentlemen.
to meet you.
Thank you, Glendora.
Yeah,
And if you call me anytime, I can give you any information.
great.
Cool.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Good, thank you.
Okay, fellas.
All right, thank you. We'll let you get back to work. Good day. Thank you.
You too, bye-bye.
Take care.
Okay, Greg, where were we? Have we got our photos yet?
Alright, so I put all the new ink, all the new inks are in here.
Oh, the
And,
new inks are in there?
Yeah, and this is like a red. I don't know what the red is for a different color.
I really don't want red.
Yeah,
to tell you the truth.
but these are black, and then these are black here.
Now, what is this piece, honey?
Well, this is what they call call it a pipette, and this is what you do when I'll show you what you do. You take, this is the cap comes off. Now the pen is all put together now with ink in it, and it's got ink in it right now, and you can draw like a a fat line, or like you hold it sideways and it like a thin line, thin or fat, and see how it goes. It's like calligraphy, and because I did that in like an art school, but it's all put together the way it should be, and it's working the way it should be, but this is, I guess, if you're gonna store it and not use it, then they give you this to clean it. And so what you do when you want to clean it, I read in the instructions right here. They show they show you how to clean it. They say what you do is you take you unscrew the barrel. They call that the barrel. You hold this and unscrew it, and then you got the ink in there. See, the ink is not. I'll take the ink out right now. I'm gonna take it out. I don't want to get it all over the place, but I guess it just comes right out somehow. Well, it comes out. It's supposed to come out somehow. I don't want to make a mess, but the yeah, it's got ink in it. And how does that go? Well, anyways, if the ink was not in it, and there was like leftover ink in here to clean it, they give you this to clean it, and you put this, until the ink comes out, and you put this on here, and then you put it up to a little bit of water, and you just kind of squeeze it, and you squeeze this a couple times, and it's supposed to like rinse out. It rinses out the ink out of the head of it, and but that's how they show it in here. They show this is the end right there with the no ink, and then this is the pipette, and you put it on. It says to wash the pen unit. That's what it says on there, and
But
just
you
for,
don't have to do it every time.
well, no, you don't. Not if it's working. It's not dried up, and if you put it away for 6 months or a year, maybe it'll get dried up or something. But once they're open, once the ink is opened up and all, they get dried out after a while. But they show how to insert the cartridge, and the cartridge goes in with the tapered end. The tapered end goes away from the tip, and the tapered end goes away, and you just insert it. You hold the head and take the ink and just push it straight in until I guess it sticks in there somehow. It seems like it's stuck in right now. So, and I can barely pull it out. It's definitely stuck in there. And when you put it in, what it does is it opens up a valve, and the valve opens up and it lets the ink come out of it. And but this is just to clean it. Say you want to with the ink out of it, you just put this here, and you could use like a cup of water or something like that, and then put this in, and you put this end in water and stick the end of the pipette in here, and you just squeeze it, and it's going to suck the water. It sucks the water up and rinses the head of it out. But it's more of like for artists, artists and calligraphers. They do lettering, and that's kind of what they do with it anyway.
Oh, thank you very much.
But yeah, this is to clean. It's to clean the
Okay,
thing. So.
can we put it back in the package?
And, so what I'll do is now the red one. See, you got the pipe bed goes, and you have did you buy? You bought I guess 2 of them, right? There's another one. I guess there's another one in here. I guess so. Yeah, see, it's got the black and it's got the red cartridge in there. But this is all brand. This is all brand new. You haven't used it yet. But this is as 3. What, 3?
Is it the same pen?
3.8 millimeter. It says right on it.
That's what I need, 3.8 millimeter.
And it's yeah, it's a little bit wider. It's a little bit wider than this one. So do you want me to load this one up, and
Yeah.
I could do it right now.
But not red.
Yeah, not red. Okay.
Let's put this one
So
away
put
first.
this one away here. Then this has got the black ink in it. It's all together, ready to go. It's all kind of screws together and all. And then this head goes on here, and it just tightens up. And when it's tightened up like that, it kind of keeps it fresh.
Yes.
And but here is the.
Let's put this in.
Well, we'll put the put this. That's the pipe bed. And this is one of the inks. you got the black ones in there right now, and then I can't fit it all in there right now, but that's.
You can't.
Well,
Why not?
I got the cap on it. This is the cap.
Oh, yeah, I got you.
Yeah, I got the cap.
Where's this
on
going,
it.
the top?
And, yeah, well, it just goes in the whole package here. It's kind of a package deal, so, and this is the cover. The cover goes on top here, hold it all together, so.
Thank you so much.
But the bigger, yeah, you probably want the bigger, yeah, this has got a bigger head to it, so we'll put that together, so. And this is all the rest of the packaging,
Here, give it to me. Put it all together. I'll give you a rubber band.
Well, I was interested. I didn't think we'd see these inspector guys coming in all that.
Yeah.
So, and,
Well, I hate it. This is about the 18th time my
Oh, is
warranty
there-
and habitability has been violated.
yeah, so.
But I just go along with it. That's the best thing to do.
No, well, yeah, I guess so, but what kind of, usually it's kind of quiet when I come here, but then other times I come here, there's people coming and going every 10 minutes.
I know it.
And it's, and it seems like a quiet street, you would think, so.
Yeah.
So, all right, so.
Looks like this man is sort of interested in buying it. He's going to hire an
Well,
inspector.
but,
You had to hire him.
yeah, I guess that's what. Yeah, I guess when you sell someplace, or like the buyers, they get inspectors to come check it out, and because it, if there's a problem, they want to check it out. And also,
Let's
yeah,
put
it's-
those in here.
And then I got, put yeah, I'm not sure how long they'll last. They must last a while, so it should get going. So you might.
You
use
got
it.
those from the internet.
Oh, yeah. That goes in there, so. Well, that's kind of like that goes in there, and then there's another one here, I guess, if you want. Two of them in there, so that's like
Okay, put it right in here.
it's kind of a package, so. Yeah, and I was driving up, and I thought it was gonna be dry driving up, and all of a sudden it just started raining and coming down, and
Really?
like halfway up, and then all right, yeah, that's all together there. So yeah, the cap's on it, the ink's not leaking or nothing. But this one, yeah, I'll show you this one here. They're not too hard to use. But they make different sized heads. Like this is 3.8, and this one is like 2 point something there and that. Like different size. They make
I
different.
forgot what they cost.
Well, it's kind of sophisticated a little bit, so that's what I think. So, oh, it says open right here, the side. All right.
Need scissors?
No.
You need a razor?
But yeah, razor, yeah, that would help out. So, and then goes right down there, I think. Right there. Okay. And, all right, here we go. And you got, yeah, this is how they come new with the cap there, and then this is the, you got the red and the black ink. And I guess this is a cleaner. This is supposed to be a, according to the instructions, it's supposed to be I guess you use this somehow, it's supposed to clean the tip or something, so I'm not quite sure exactly, or maybe it goes on there a certain way. I'm not sure about that, but the I'm gonna take this out quite bad, and then yeah, there's no ink in it at all right now. I can see it, so yeah, it's pretty kind of sophisticated a little bit, but yeah, they call that the barrel. This is the tip. So say there was ink in it, say it was dirty, to clean it out, then you just take, there's ink in it or whatever, and then you put this in here and
Yeah, you blow water through it.
put it in and you just squeeze it, and it kind of, kind of pumps it as clean, so. So I'm gonna take, this right here, the big, this is the tapered end, this is the big end. You put the big end into the barrel and to the head of it, and it just goes straight. I it goes straight in because there's a valve. There's a little valve in there holding the ink in. So this goes straight in like, just like that. All right, I pushed it in and the valve just opened up. I just push it in and it just kind of, gently pushed it in and it just kind of clicked right in like that. So that's in there. Then the let's see, that's on the ink's not leaking, and this is the barrel. I'm not gonna take the barrel out now, but this all comes. It screws right out and it comes out. So you put the barrel and cover the ink cartridge and screw that on, and that should be about it. So it's got the black ink with the big tip, and the ink it's gonna start coming down there a little bit. So it should start coming on down. So is it going? Yeah, it's getting there. Yeah, there's ink in there. Yeah, it's coming. So. Should start flowing out sometime. Shit. Let me see.
I think it takes it a while.
Yeah, it does, but it just it's gotta feed through here, however it feeds through it. But this is it's definitely on right there. And I can see the ink coming through it, so I can see it dripping.
I think it takes a while.
All right, let me see the instructions. I gotta read the instructions here. All right, and so that's the cleaner, and that's the head right there. I don't need that. This one, I don't know about that there. This is the red. I don't need the red. Yeah, this is what I just did. Two. That's this setup, and this is two. Yeah, it says a cleaner. This black. Somehow this black thing is a cleaner. It cleans. I guess you put it in the head somehow, and it kind of cleans the. If it's dried up, it cleans it out a little bit. I guess that's what that's supposed to be. So. Show. It should start. There it goes. Okay. There you go. See, it's starting to come out a little bit now. So, and see how you hold it. It's got a flat tip, so you can go sideways and make a thin line sideways or a fat line like that, and you just draw a G. I'll draw a G is. It's like, yeah, it's kind of, it's thin, and go from fat to thin, just like that. That's how it goes. But it's working now. I see the ink's coming down, and it's not leaking or dripping. But you don't want it to leak or drip out because you'll get it all over.
Okay, honey.
And
I thank you very much.
so that's loaded up and ready to go.
Oh, thank you.
It's loaded up and ready to go. You probably get a lot of use out of it. The ink goes a long ways, but this is it's all screwed together. It's not going to come apart. It's working. It's definitely working now. So there you go. But it's kind of like writing with a quill, like a feathered quill pen or something. And there it is. There, yeah. It's got the number, the size of it, 3.8 on the end.
Nice.
And then this one is orange, and it says like.
2.6.
It says 2.4 millimeters, so.
Yeah.
But this is green and that's orange, so they got different colors. So. But it's yeah, it works. So it's
You got any more pieces over there?
no.
Oh, he just fell.
No, that's it. But yeah, this is like the red inks right there. So yeah, they got this is the cleaner, the extra red ink, and then the instructions you got there. But But it's not that, I mean, once you use it once or twice, it's not that hard to,
Okay.
should be that hard to figure out, so.
Now, Gregory,
Yeah, that's it. So.
Barbara and Richard Mooney, is this something that belongs in
Yeah,
there?
it's the cleaner there, so. I guess the cleaner, there's it's a little thin piece of plastic. And what this tip is, this is like, it's two little thin pieces of metal. And there's like a little piece of metal. See, this is looking at it sideways, and then the ink will come down here and comes out to the tip. And then when you push it down in paper, you know, the ink just, it flows right out. And but it's two little blades, and then the ink is right in between the blades, and that's how it does it. But I guess if it gets dried up, it's not going to work. And so you don't damage them. Then this is a little tiny.
Thing to scrape the ink out of.
Yeah, it's like it just goes like.
Goes in between the blades.
Yeah, in between the blades, but it's almost like threading a needle there. See, I stuck it in between the blades right there. You can see it's like it fits in, and I guess see, it fits right in between like that. So it clears it out, and it clears all the dried ink out. And clean it out like that.
Can I leave that one out and write with it?
Yeah, this one works good. Yeah, you can order that. There you go, just like that. So it's good. It's good to go.
Thank you.
That's all there is to it, really. There's not too much.
I thank you.
You got the.
Gregory,
They both work the same.
Richard and Barbara Mooney on May 20th are leaving us. They're going to go to their daughters in Syracuse.
And where do they live around here?
You went to their house the day you went shopping for me?
Yeah, Richard. Oh, Barbara Mooney with she had the stroke or the problem.
Well,
Yeah.
she died is what her problem.
She died. What?
Actually, she died.
Between then and now, she's passed away.
No, she died,
She died
it was August 2nd.
and then she came back.
Then she came back, and not all of her came back, honey, I'll tell you.
Oh,
Really.
there we go.
And,
That's my ink demonstration here for today. So,
and then I wanted to see them, of course, before they went. I wanted a little party. Yeah, and Anita, our friend, mutual friend, wants to go. And so Anita's going into the hospital tomorrow. So I had to go today. So Anita's going to pick me up at noon, or at 2 o'clock,
oh, today.
2:30.
Uh-huh.
Anita's going to pick me up at 2:30.
Oh, today.
And
All right.
I will be gone, and I made you a list of things you can do all by yourself while I'm gone.
Okay. All right.
Let me show you this list. All right, read that list out loud, honey.
Oh, from the top or from,
No.
from here?
Yeah, that's your list. This is a,
Oh, okay.
you and I are doing this one together.
The
The Lincoln.
The Lincolns with the Lincolns with the garage and the crates. You want me to go start them up and move them around?
Yeah,
and,
move them around. And this time, honey, put the 1980 in the garage.
Yeah, but 8 in the garage. Okay, I'll do that. So I could do that. Then it says tidy garage, and
I wouldn't do that if he's here.
it says like paint rail and.
Yeah, can you paint in this kind of weather, or is it too damp?
Well, you might. Well, if it's is there an overhang, or is it? It's not like I wouldn't be out in the direct rain. I guess is it like?
Oh, you'd be in the porch.
Is
You'd
there
be
a-
under the porch.
Yeah, under the railing. Or I should be able to paint something. I could probably do that. I could do that, but you have to put up a wet paint sign so nobody would touch it or whatever. I guess.
Just keep the paint can there.
Yeah, the paint can and but if it dries in a couple hours, it shouldn't be too bad. So and what paint is that?
The plank
Says
down the
paint,
table, but I think it's too wet
It
for
says
that.
paint rail and paint tabletop.
Yeah,
or
paint the
something.
tabletop. I think it's too wet for that.
And then empty. It begins with the S, I guess. Empty shows or something, or
Shauna had a sandbox, and it's that green
Oh,
turtle.
sand,
It's
yeah.
that green turtle.
yeah.
and just put all the sand in the, as much as you can in the hole where there used to be a tree. It's right outside the stoop,
Oh, okay, alright.
okay? And then put all the sand there.
You mean in the driveway out there, that
Yes.
Kohler? Oh, okay, alright.
And then put the sand, the green sandbox up on the curb
Oh,
to be
okay.
given away.
Why, you wanna do that, or, okay. Okay, alright, emptied out, to the curb, and then, it says laundry, and it says,
Oh yeah, laundry. Would you go, right now, would you go put down the lid of the washer and it will start
I'll
washing?
start it up, or?
Yeah, would you do that right now?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
And then it says like light bulb,
Light bulb in the bathroom.
light bulb in the bathroom, and then.
You know where the light bulbs are?
Yeah, I think so.
They're in there.
Yeah, in there. Then, this is what, mailbox?
Oh yeah, the mailbox is wobbly.
And,
Okay.
and then, alright, the door, something in the garage, or
Oh, there's a door behind the garage,
door behind the garage.
and it belongs in the garage.
Alright.
There's a door behind the garage. It's the old door
Oh,
from here.
outside, or, I was outside then. It's, yeah, right behind the building itself, or.
Yeah, where the tank is, the fuel tank is behind the
Uh-huh.
garage.
Where do you want that to go? You want it
In
to go
the
in the
garage.
garage, right? Okay. Alright, so, door garage, and, the real estate sign, and,
There's a real estate sign up by the dumpster that you tried to hide.
yeah.
That
yes.
doesn't work. Take it to the garage.
Take it to the garage, right? Okay, alright. And then it says wood, there's wood
Wood.
down here,
Uh,
and whipped cream, it says.
let's talk about the wood. All right, the wood is, there's a tree stump was cut, and the wood is this big. And it looks awful in the middle of the lawn. You got any idea where we could put it?
Where's it, where's it at, up by the
At the lawn, right here, the lawn that
Oh, a
belongs.
pile of wood or something like that?
Yes, it's a pile of wood.
Oh, I see.
Well, look at it and see what you think, and now I'll give you the whipped cream.
Oh, okay.
How are we doing on the slideshow?
Oh, it seems okay, I guess,
Is it going?
well, I got to, I'm gonna get it going.
This is vegan whipped cream, honey, and I went to open it, and I can't make it work.
Let's start up. Oh, you can't make it work, or?
No, the spout is funny.
Oh, is it? Okay. Let's get instructions. So you want to get it going? You want to
Yeah, well, if it's,
oh, it's, let me see.
what would you like, Doc?
Remove from fridge 10 to 15 minutes before you use it. To warm contents. It's supposed to be shaken, or yeah, shake can until contents loosen. Break safety seal at the base of the square-shaped dispenser button. And maybe we broke that already. At the base, break the seal. So. Well, I think it's broken already. So. Yeah, we
There's
just had to
pliers down there.
yeah, I think it's working. I think it's working already. Isn't it?
I don't, here, spray me some.
Shake it. Okay, good. Break it up, they said. Okay. What on the plate? I'll put some on the plate.
Yeah.
Good. It should come out there. It should come. Yes. Let's see here. Read the safety seal. Oh, I see. It should work. That goes there. Oh, the safety seal was, yeah, it was broken, sorry. is this the only one that you got, or do you have I don't know if you have another one or? Seems like too much. Oh, it's got some in there, I guess.
You want a screwdriver? They're all down in the drawer on the right.
Yeah. Yeah, do that. So yeah, if you go off, I'll take care of the list. I'll put down the list.
Oh, good.
What I can there, so. Well, it's good, I guess, that they got, at least they have a buyer, I guess, at least they have people interested in the building, I guess. So they're interested in the building, so. There you go. It's not really clogged up. Clogged up. It just seems like, it doesn't have enough, pressure to pump it out or something. It seems like that. Something like that. But it should come out, so. Like usually it just comes right out of these things here. Oh, there it goes. Still not coming out too much. It's got the pressure, but I think it's just clogged up or something. But it's got the date, like it should. Yeah, it's good till December this year. So. All right. Yeah, you really gotta shake it up. Okay. Break it up. That's what it said. And then, okay, then, try it out. There it goes. Yeah, that goes a little bit. It's not like, it doesn't come out like, crazy quick, but it comes out, for decoration. Yeah.
Oh, you made it work, Greg. Thank you. Let's see if I can work it.
Yeah, it doesn't really come out too quick, but I don't know why. I had to, shake it up.
Tastes good.
Yeah.
Tastes good, Greg.
Yeah. Oh, it does taste good. Like vanilla or something. There it is.
Can I have one of the cloths? There's two of them over there.
Yeah, it's got to be shaken up enough by now. So, and,
Well, that's fine.
it comes out. It's because it's all at the bottom of the can, so. I don't know, maybe. Not sure which way you sprayed out. Maybe it lost some of its power or something. I don't know. But it's coming out.
It's vegan whipped cream.
Yeah, it just doesn't come out too quick. But.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah, all you can do is just shake it up really good, and then try to get it so that the cap don't come on. This cap stays right on it, and then just it's coming out kind of slow, but
I think Dot-Com would like some.
yeah. But it seems like it doesn't have enough gas in it. Seems like it doesn't
Well, it
have
works
gas
well
in it,
enough,
but-
honey.
Yeah, it works okay, but
Look, she likes it.
it tastes pretty good, I guess.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah, it does taste pretty good. So, pretty good.
Want a spoon?
Oh no, thank you.
Now this. What's going on here? And one other thing, Greg, that isn't on the list. That's the Our Town magazine, and it will have the Glendora Vegetarian Club and the Glendora Jokes.
Okay, our town,
And I want to cut out and with the Our Town label on it, and I'll paste it on a piece of paper.
oh, really? Where's that at?
She's sitting on it.
Oh, is she here? Oh, okay. I clicked on this slideshow and it tries to set it up, but I'm not sure, exactly, how to get it going or to start it up and, or to the, oh, we have to go to, let's see. Control panel. And go to, okay. There we go. Okay. Let's see. You want, display or something? Yeah, display. And folder options. Device manager. Autoplay. I'll click on display and see what it says. Okay. And that's not it. Brightness, resolution, control panel. That's not it. We want, let's see, personalization.
Excuse me?
Okay, all right. Sounds. Change your account picture. Your account picture. Yeah, that's not it. Sync center. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. .com kitty. She likes to be up there. Oh, display is not it. I don't know, man. I don't know what it is say. I would know where to begin on this. Let's see what goes on in device manager. Well, I don't know, I had a nightmare with my computer last night. That was, never happened before. Okay, God. Display adapters. Devices. I know what you have, I've seen the screensaver come on.